have, how much income do you have, and you balance it. We call it debit credit, and you will have your income. And that's how you can help our target beneficiaries. So, if there is no question, let me just ask you guys, hopefully if you have questions. Now, I would like to ask you for a moment, I want you to write it down so that you will have a context of this format of a livelihood project. We have the title, the rationale, the objectives, the program description, qualified beneficiaries, and equity requirements. I would like to go for a moment, excuse myself just for a few seconds. Okay, and we'll proceed later on after this one. Just give me a few seconds to do my personal thing. Okay, so far we don't have questions. I'm back. And let me repeat my point. These are the format of a livelihood project. We have the title, the rationale, the objectives, the program description, qualified beneficiaries, and equity requirements. These are done, when you try to submit a livelihood project to any government projects, like for example, or non-government organizations, to put up this particular thing is that we should qualify this 6 parts. And let me explain this to really help us understand what is a livelihood project that the non-government organizations as well as government agencies are doing, especially for the needy and those who are very helpless. And we can actually learn from this experience also. So let me give you an example. The title that I tried to use is the Livelihood Enhancement for Agricultural Development 2000 program, or we called it the LEAD 2000. The LEAD 2000, this is what we call the rationale. Now, I want you guys to have an understanding about this, simply because this will actually help us understand better what we mean here. Okay, so just give me a second. I'm trying to enlarge this one. Okay. Now, first is the government's drive towards countryside development has spawned scores of capability building. Okay. We call it capability building programs. One of these is the Livelihood Enhancement for Agricultural Development 2000, or LEAD 2000. It's the rationale. And LEAD 2000 offered a strategic and mutually beneficial partnership between the Department of Agriculture, on the other hand, and the proponent beneficiaries on the other, by providing financial assistance to livelihood undertaking and support services for farmers, fisherfolk, and allied group. So it is actually not, so that when you have the rationale, you will be able to understand who are the persons who function this particular activity, and by whom they are doing it. Now, based on the rationale itself, I will be able to identify that the Department of Agriculture, as well as the proponent beneficiaries, which are the farmers and those who are fishers and allied groups, these are the ones who shall be, the beneficiaries of this program. So therefore, this particular LEAD 2000 thing is all about farmers and especially the fishermen. So now we will be able to understand the rationale. Just an example to give you a concept on what rationale is all about. Now it is, again, we shall make a rationale when we will do also our own thing. What are we going to do? Who are they? And that's what I ask you about. The objectives. We shall have also the objectives. When we or try to submit a livelihood project, we should have the objectives. That's our goal. Our objective is important because it's our goal of achieving what we're supposed to achieve, of course. So as an objective, we have a general objective. Broadly, the program seeks to complement agriculture and fishery development efforts in the rural areas through a livelihood and capability enhancement program. So basically, it's livelihood and capability enhancement. I still remember the quote from Jesus in the Bible, which says that if you give a person a fish, if you give him a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach the person or teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So based on that principle, on the philosophy of our Lord Jesus Christ, I seem to understand that one of the best ways to help people is not really to provide for their basic needs, but to give them a thing that can be of help in the future. Teach them how to earn money so that you don't need to give them money every day. And that's what they are actually doing. It's capability enhancement. They are taught how they can actually earn more without, or of course in the future, without the help of others. That's a livelihood program or project. The specific objectives of the program is that, give me a second please.